My name is Richard Collins. I'm the director of dual diploma in Italy, and we're expanding slowly throughout Europe. I actually came across Alexandru's name. I knew he was part of the program, but as of recently, he has made a big splash on the, I would say, global stage, in the sense that he has finished the dual diploma program with flying colors. He was just the recipient of a top award as being one of the top scholars in Italy, and received the award from no one less than the Italian president, Mattarella. I just was able to speak with Alexandru a few minutes before the presentation tonight of Let's Get Inspired. And I was very impressed with his calm, with his ambition, with the clarity of his ideas. Alexandru, of course, attended the Fermi Mantova, which is one of our top high schools in Italy. And Alexandru actually shared with me a very interesting thought, that he chose the high school based on the fact that they were offering dual diploma. So I thought that was a long way to go. I want to congratulate the American students, because today is a national holiday, and you're taking time from your holiday to tap into this, I would say, very ambitious presentation from behalf of a student who has shown ambition and achievement at equal levels. And on behalf of the staff in Verona, Kay, Elena, Lisa, all the people that were involved in helping Alexander along his academic achievement with TD, as well as the staff back in Miami, I want to congratulate you, Alexandru, for a job well done. There's only one problem now. Since you set the standard so high, we expect so much more in the future. So good luck with all of that. And having said that, I pass the word and the mic to Alexandru.
I want to say hi to everybody. Happy Veterans Day to the Americans watching. And thank you for this introduction. I really hope that my story, my career, my short career, can help somebody and be useful for you, for all of you.
Could you talk to the kids? Those of you, some of you know him, some of you don't, but those of you on here obviously know about his academic successes. Can you talk to everyone on here about what drove you to excel academically?
Well, actually, over the past few weeks, I've received this question. I've been asked this question a lot. And what I really think helped me was not wanting it, not continually wanting to achieve that success or that mark, or to pass all the exams on time, shortly. That really helped seeing it in a very healthier way, because otherwise, if you really stress out about always being on top of things and not letting you be down for a day or a week or a month, on the long term it gets harder and harder, and you never achieve what you want to. I never wanted to have all the highest marks, or to get in, to pass all the exams. And sometimes it happened, sometimes it didn't, but who cares? I mean, the best thing I think that helped me was having people around me who supported me, who I supported, and who always helped me remember that it's okay not to always be on top of things.
And you talk about how important that is to have a good support system, both with the people at home as well as the people at school for you. Can you talk to the kids a little bit about how you did with time management? Because I'm sure there's some element there.
Yeah, of course. Well, actually, time management has been one of the biggest takeaways from the DD program for me, because I was a dual diploma student during my second and third year of high school. So I was enrolled in 3 courses in both per year. And that really took a while at the beginning to adjust to these new time management issues. What helped me was, on the one hand, trying to talk to other people who were in the DD program, so people from my school, and actually people from Spain as well. I met some good friends, whom I am still in contact with from the newspaper club, and actually we all were in the same situation, and I had some classmates in the DD as well, and we had the exact same assignments or same exams in our high school, and knowing that you're not overwhelmed because you're less than anybody or more than anybody or anyone else, but rather that's the situation. You have to understand how to manage it. And once you got that, the assignment itself is not that important. During these 2 years, we were enrolled in two high schools, the Italian one and the American one. But once I finished the diploma during my fourth and fifth year, COVID came. So all the management skills I harvested during those 2 years really helped me achieve a lot of adjust to the new situation way faster in the nick of time. In less than a week or a couple weeks, I was able to have all the school assignments online, because that was the case as with the dual diploma before done, so I could focus on other things. So yeah, one of the biggest takeaways from the dual diploma is not only what you study but how you do it. And I think I'm not there yet, but I think when I'll be working in a work environment, that will be very helpful.
And can you talk to us a little bit about some of your more memorable or favorite things that you took away from the dual diploma program?
Well, first of all, the people, because among all the students I met, I really met a friend from Barcelona in the dual diploma newspaper club, whom I text daily nearly. We were there very close, and actually it was very fun. At the beginning, we just got in touch after a live session because we wanted to work more on an article, but afterwards we were very curious about our cultures, our schools. She's right now in the first year of medicine, as I am here in Italy, so that was very funny, very interesting. I'm still in touch with some of my teachers, Lisette, I don't know if she's here, and Dawn. Actually, I wrote, I texted Dawn a year ago, I think. And other than that, yeah, what I learned, so the topics helped me during some admission interviews, because I wouldn't have ever studied anything about economics or US governments. But yeah, the biggest takeaway is the skills that the dual diploma gave me, because those are the most important ones, I think.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful program. We actually have some student questions. Is that okay if we invite
Sure,
others?
sure, of course.
So we have Buna, who is also in Italy, and she has a good question for you.
Hi, first of all, I wanted to congratulate you for pretty much everything you're achieving. And I wanted to ask you what kept you motivated during the whole school time.
Well, hi, Buna. Well, thank you. And what kept me motivated was not seeing it as a lone race, as a marathon, but rather as a group, a community building. So being surrounded by people who were doing the same thing that I was doing, and that really helps you get through things as hard as exams or courses or certifications may appear. If you're doing it together with other people, you really help yourselves out. So that helps a lot.
One of the kids just emailed me. I think this kid is in France, and they want to know what faction of medicine are you planning on studying?
Well, that's a very interesting question. I don't know yet. Well, where I'm studying right now, where I'm in Pisa, I'm a med student at the University of Pisa, but at the same time, I am a student also at Scuola Superiore Sant'Anna, which is a school of advanced studies, and it's a second university, just like the dual diploma with your own high school. And the main focus here is research. So I'll have the opportunity over the next 6 years to learn how research is being carried out here in Italy, but also in the US. For example, each student has a tutor, and my tutor has a cardiology lab in Philadelphia. So perhaps I'll get to go to get to the US as well. I don't know yet. What I know is that I would be eventually interested in the management of healthcare, so the economical management side of it as well. But we'll see. It's a long way.
Well, congratulations on your continued success, and we're really excited to see where you go. One of the kids in the States emailed, and they want to know, was there ever a time that you thought of giving up?
Well,
Like
I think,
academically
yeah,
speaking.
I think the worst time was this summer, because the school system here in Italy is basically you finish high school in June, then in order to get into men's school you have an exam, a national exam at the beginning of September, and then I had more and more admission interviews and exams, written oral exams over the summer, and seeing all of my friends being already done with everything while I was still inside studying after a couple of years where we had been inside because of COVID, was kind of frustrating. But what really helped me through it were the people around me. Studying by yourself is helpful. Studying with other people, I think, maybe even better from a psychological, from a mental health point of view, but also from how you study it. Because if you, what I really think is true, when you have to study a very difficult topic, if you're able to tell, to explain that topic to somebody who knows nothing whatsoever about it, then you really understood it, and that helped, because that really is true.
Well, that's wonderful. And again, congratulations. One of the kids in France, they want to know, what is your greatest accomplishment and one that you're most proud of?
The greatest accomplishment? Well, that is not an easy question. I don't know, because I think the greatest accomplishment yet from an academical point of view may be having passed the admission process in order to get here to Scuola Sant'Anna, because I always saw it as a very different path to take, a very difficult. It's very selective, and I never thought I was ready. At the same time, from a personal point of view, I think what I just said, the frustrating months of the past summer, having been able to get through them, through all of these harder moments, really helped me grow personally. So that one.
That's wonderful. And so,
Ralph, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Alex, my question is, you've addressed the academic issue, the coursework, the time management on both levels, how you were able to deal with the deadlines, but in a flexible way, which I thought was a great way to put it. My question to you is, in terms of your character and in a more basic sense, your personality, is there one identifying factor of dual diploma that you think was enhanced that otherwise would not have been had you not done it?
Well, I don't know if that is the case, but the first thing that comes to mind is public speaking, because as I began the dual diploma program, I was kind of afraid of talking during these kind of live sessions. But at the beginning we were 20-30 students, then a little bit more. When during the Let's Get Inspired meetings we were hundreds of students, and that really eased me into this kind of context. And now, for example, I had the opportunity to be part of a conference, in-person conference, where a couple hundred people were there, and I thinking that I was really afraid of talking in front of 30 people via Zoom, and getting there, I think that the dual diploma was a big part of that.
Well, you show no timidity or problems talking in front of hundreds of students like now, so well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We have a question from one of the students. I will pull this up, and you should be able to ask. Nael, I think is how I pronounce your name.
It's Nael, yes.
Thank you. Go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you. Do you need to speak English every day to dual diploma? Helps you about it? Do you think you'll be here without dual diploma?
I don't know, because I think that dual diploma really is one of the first has been one of the first moments, contexts in which I was obliged to speak English daily. But now, even if I'm studying in Italy, I'm studying in Italian. I have Italian classmates and professors. Once you get into university, most things, the language of most things is English, regardless of where you're studying. So yeah, the dual diploma really was one of the first approaches to this kind of world, which I think is the current world in the work environment, the academical environment. So that's crucial.
Yeah, that sounds like, and I'm always amazed whenever we do these and all of these kids from all over the world who are fluent in English, and you guys are absolutely incredible that not only are you able to survive speaking English, but you're like students like Alex are thriving and succeeding and just doing so many wonderful things. I mean, I hope that rubs off on the kids here in America. But one of the kids wants to know, in which scope did you improve the most academically?
Academically, with the dual diploma.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that yeah, during my second year, one of my electives was the a college entrance exam prep course, and I think the biggest improvement I had was in the writing during that first half of the first semester. I think I had the English course, the English SAT prep course. And each week, nearly each week, I had to write an essay or an assignment, and I had not written any assignment whatsoever before that, or any essay, and now I have to write them weekly because of university, or yeah, because of university. So those were the most useful things, and the things I improved the most with this program.
Absolutely, and it seems like it did a lot of wonders. There's a follow-up question from Hector. Hector, you should be able to unmute to ask your question. You had a good one. Hector? All right, he might be having some technical difficulties, but he wanted to know, what made you start at dual diploma? Like, what was the initial thing that brought you there?
Well, when I was choosing my high school, so when I was 14, I think, the only thing I knew was that I wanted to go to the US. I had the American dream. So the DD, once I discovered the DD, I actually chose, as Richard said before, my high school based on the fact that it was offering the DD. Then as I grew up, I knew what I wanted to study, so medicine. I knew better the context. I knew better how university works. I actually chose to stay in Italy for now, because here it's a little different. In the US, you have to get a bachelor's degree and then med school, get into med school, and it takes 8 years, while here is just 6 years. But once you've done that, you can be a researcher in the US. So that was the initial reason I went into DD, and actually I'm still, if I went back right now, even knowing that I won't get to the US right after high school, actually I finished high school in the midst of a pandemic, and that would have been a little bit more difficult for me to get there. I would choose the same.
That is wonderful to hear, and I know that America would love to have you. So you talk about the American dream. Come on by. We have a question from Sarah. We'll just go with a couple more questions, then we'll let you go. Sarah, you should be able to unmute and ask your question.
Okay. Hi, Alex. I would like to say, when you were younger, did you ever think that you would achieve all these goals? And are you proud of you right now?
No. I I mean, I knew I could get high grades, but I never wanted. I never, as I said before, I never had the objective in mind that I want to get here. I want to get this prize or to get into the. I mean, no, get into the university. Yeah, I wanted to, and I hoped for it. But all the rest came because I didn't want it. Because if I wanted it, I would have been so stressed every step all the way through that I think I would have done worse. Right now, yes, I am proud of what I've done, but at the same time, I have to work on this side of me. But once I have an objective, I work towards it. But once I achieve it, I think at the next one. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So. Yes, at the moment I am proud, but I have a lot of things that I want to achieve in the past, in the subsequent years or months. So you never finish.
Well, Alex, we are all proud of you, and we can't thank you enough for taking the time to speak to us today. And before we let you go, is there any kind of words of wisdom that you can give to these fellow students as they kind of go on their journey and try to follow in your footpath, your path as far as succeeding academically and going on to the next level? What kind of advice can you give to them as far as persevering through that adversity?
Well, what I can say right now that is crucial for you to know is that is the data that I have been having for the past years. And now I understood now I understand why I had it. Sometimes you may think and ask yourself why you are studying certain things for your high school or for the dual diploma. Perhaps you may think that I will never need to know what happened in 1850, for example. But you should take a step back and always see the big picture. Perhaps I'm gonna give you an example. There is an assignment, if I'm not mistaken, during the economics course when you have to write a letter to your representative. And you may think, okay, it's interesting, it's fun, but at the same time, why should I be writing it? I'll never get to write to my representative. Well, the big picture here is that you have the opportunity to learn how to write a proper letter, and you have your teachers, which give you a valuable input, valuable help in order to get to these objective. So what I would do if I were you would be take a step back, look at the big picture, and take each and every opportunity you have. The dual diploma is an amazing opportunity. It's very, very big, but you have to be the first person to want it. So if you want to achieve something, you have the tools. The dual diploma is your tool, but at the same time, you are the person. So you are the protagonist of your life and have to do it.